The Stationary Bandit's Farm. On a vast farm, officially known as the State, there ruled a stationary bandit. He was not a roaming raider who swept in, grabbed everything that fit into his sacks, and vanished into the steppe, leaving scorched earth behind. No, he had settled there for good. He built fences, dug trenches, posted guards, and declared himself the only one capable of protecting the herd from the wolves beyond the borders. For that protection, the herd paid. It always paid. The herd consisted mostly of young bulls, strong, broad-shouldered creatures with shining coats and hot blood. The farmer took care of them. He fed them not only hay and grain, he fed them words. Words about honor, duty, and the sacred truth that a real young bull is one who is ready to give his life for the common good of the farm. The bulls listened. They grew heavier, their muscles filled with power, their horns sharpened, and they believed they were chosen. They believed that without them, the farm would perish. Whenever wolves appeared on the horizon, wandering bandits from foreign lands, the stationary bandit called a council. But no bulls sat at that table. The piglets sat there, smooth, well-fed, soft-hoofed creatures whose feet had never touched the mud. They sat around the table, counted figures on paper, and decided, how many heads can we send this time without undermining production or stirring unrest in the pens? The bulls are strong, the other piglets replied. There are plenty of them. The farm will endure. And so the best, fattest, strongest bulls were led out of the pens. Bright ribbons were tied around their horns, bearing slogans like "For the farm" and "Honor above all." Then they were driven down a narrow path toward the distant slaughterhouse at the edge of the fields. The engines were already roaring there. The air smelled of gunpowder and blood. This was no ordinary slaughterhouse. It was modern. The bulls were not met with knives. They were met with bullets, mines, rockets, and nameless graves. Some walked there willingly, because they believed. Others moved under the watchful eyes of shepherds with sticks. Those who came back were no longer bulls. They were fragments, without legs, without eyes, with empty stares in which no fire remained. They were sent to the far corners of the farm, where they were quickly forgotten. New bulls were born, fed once again on promises of glory, and led down the same path. And the stationary bandit stood on the porch of his warm stone house, watching the smoke rise above the slaughterhouse, and counted. The herd was shrinking, but control remained. The wolves were retreating, and that mattered, because if the wolves won, the farmer would lose everything. This way, he lost only bulls, and bulls could always be bred again. He was not cruel. He was rational. He fed the herd so the herd could feed him, and he sent it to slaughter exactly when it was useful, not too often, or rebellion might begin, not too rarely, or power might slip away. He was stationary. He thought ahead. He knew that as long as the bulls believed they were dying for the farm, and not for his house and his piglets, the supply of meat would never run out. And the bulls, they kept believing. Because belief is the best and cheapest feed for those being led to slaughter.